Thank you. So first of all, I would like to thank you for the invitation and for the great event you are organizing with all the partners. As all the countries, especially in the Western Balkans, being a developing country, we went through a huge problem when it comes to the pandemics, especially last year, having in mind that we had full lockdown in 2 or 3 months during last year, but we were trying to do all the best, especially with the great cooperation with the Chamber of Commerce we used to have in order to come up with economic measures and to mitigate the impact of the economy and the impact that it can have when it comes to the working positions we are having, especially in the private sector. So we were implementing more than 6 packages of economic measures, which were based in stimulating the private and public consumption, but also in maintaining the jobs, especially in the sectors where the pandemic had a huge impact. So last year we were implementing measures of more than 1.2 billion euros, which is around 11% of our GDP in North Macedonia, and based on all the projections, we had negative GDP of 4.5%, and without the measures we would have had 8.7%. So I think that we had focused measures, the ones that were proposed mainly by the Chamber of Commerce, but also from the sectors which were mainly impacted. And as North Macedonia, we came up with new changes and amendments within the law for supporting the investments. We wanted to use the crisis as an opportunity, so all the companies that had the capacity, even during pandemic, to invest, we were supporting them directly with 25% of the total investment they were doing during 2020, and will continue by the end of this year, with only goal in order to invest in new technology, in innovation, but also to use this opportunity in order to gain new markets. So overall, in North Macedonia, we are recovering based on the plans we have projected within the new budget for 2021, and having in mind the data which are published from the statistics, we are doing quite well, and I think that we will have an increase when it comes, or an growth when it comes to the GDP more than projected, even in the part of the revenues we are getting because of the economic activity which is increased in our country, but also when it comes to different sectors which are doing quite well at the moment in North Macedonia, by increasing also the exports, but also in decreasing the gap between exports and imports, which is quite important, and it is done mainly by the automotive industry in our country. Being in energy crisis at the moment, which is an global problem, I can easily say, we are not decreasing the investments when it comes to the diversity of the supply with energy, especially in the industry, but also we would like to increase the security and stability of the supply. Parallelly with that, we are investing when it comes to the renewables in order to increase the capacity of the domestic production in our country, which is in fully accordance also with the green agenda of EU, and to decrease the negative impacts on the environment. So in general, we are trying in order to decrease the costs of the industry overall, and to maintain the prices when it comes to the households, having in mind that most of the households, especially the vulnerable ones, had difficult times during last year. So in general, I think that this year would be the year where we would fully recover from the pandemic, and we would invest in order to have better technology placed in our country, and also invest in our young people in order to have innovative plans where we would be more competitive as North Macedonia, not only in the region but also in EU level.